What's good, boys? Welcome back to another video. New week, new video. Like I said, 2 videos this week. We already had our first video Monday, and then we're gonna have a video today. Okay, very quick, very important topic. I don't think I've really gone too in depth with this, but I think it's extremely important. And what exactly is that? It is the art of losing. All right. So let's start with it. So before I start, I want you guys to understand. I know that losing sucks. I know that you're not supposed to be losing. Or more so, the concept of losing isn't something that is necessarily desired. It's not something that you're chasing for. You're not striving to lose. You're not striving to be a loser. I understand that. But something that I see within the market or something I see within the overall consensus is that people don't know how to take a loss. And that's where, that's where you're really facing an issue. Understand that if you hate losing, if you despise losing, and you never want to lose, quote unquote, then you will never be a good trader. Why? Because losing is a part of being a good trader. Losing is a part of the process. So I'm going to dive into it. Now, before you start asking yourself why you are losing, why you take losses in general, why do losses even exist? I want you to understand that, at least within trading, this is a statistics and a probability game. You are bound to lose. You are bound to take a trade and it to go south, even though every single concept or anything within your setup is aligning together. There is a probability, there is a statistic to you losing. It is inevitable. You will never win 100% of the time. It is quite literally impossible. So I hope you guys know that losses are extremely normal, and if anything, it's extremely necessary. You need a loss for many reasons, but you need it. You need to lose sometimes to understand the winners, to comprehend the winners, to, if anything, as corny as it sounds, to appreciate the winners. Because you're going to lose regardless. That's the point. You're going to lose regardless. Might as well lose and understand why you're losing, or understand, like I said, it's part of your edge. It's part of these statistics. You are bound to lose. Be okay with that. Do not fear losing. Please do not fear it. Why? Because fearing losing, fearing the concept of a loss, not even within trading, but just to stick with trading, the fear of losing not only leads to probably a loss, a higher chance of a loss, but it also leads to you taking bad decisions, you revenge trading, you over leveraging. It leads to a domino effect of just bad decisions and bad negative things occurring. Why? Because you carry this fear with you every time you open the charts. You're not supposed to be afraid to lose. You're not even supposed to want to win or lose in general. You are supposed to follow your edge. If you have backtested, which I do recommend you to do, I recommend everybody to backtest whatever strategy they want to do, whatever setup they want to do, so they can kind of give themselves their own confidence in, okay, 70% of the time, if I have a 1-to-1 win rate, I'm going to win 70% of the time. 30% of the time will be losers. That's completely fine. You cannot fear those losers. Those losers are inevitable. So understand every time you come into the market that you are going to lose. There is a 30% chance in this case that you are going to lose. Accept that. Accept that loss and accept the possibility of things not going your way. Don't let this fear and don't let this obsession of not losing lead to you breaking your rules. You're not supposed to break your rules. Understand that if you really want to think about this in the most black and white form, is you have this strategy. You understand, like I said, 70% of the time you will win. 30% of the time you'll lose. And it's inevitable, it will happen, whether it's once every 10 trades or maybe 3 times in a row. But those 3 times will count as that 30%. So take in those losses and kind of look at them as just sort of data. You have this strategy, you will lose 30% of the time, you will win 70% of the time. Imagine if this was just a robot. If you had a robot and it kind of did everything for you, and you said, you'll lose this amount of time, you'll win this amount of time, it'll just take the same trade every time. Same setup, within the conditions it will be taking it in, whatever, good conditions, mind you. You shouldn't care. You shouldn't care if it loses maybe 3 times in a row, 5 times in a row, because you understand at the end of the year or at the end of whenever, you'll have 70% winners and 30% losers. But those 70% of winners obviously overcome those losers. So you are still profitable. You are still winning more than you are losing. That is the point of trading. There were 4 things that I learned very, very early on. You either lose big, lose small, win big. You can do all 3 of those besides losing big. Never lose big. Just understand you have an edge, you have a statistic, and that's it. Just let it do its thing. You see a setup, you take it. You don't take it. Understand that you will lose. Accept that loss. You will truly become a better trader if you accept that loss. Understand that following your edge, your overall edge, beats any current outcome in whatever trade you take at that very moment. Losing is okay. Losing is completely fine. Like I've said multiple times throughout this video, losing is necessary. You should not be scared to lose. As long as you follow your edge, as long as you understand that the winners outweigh the losers, then you will be perfectly fine in the long run, like I said. So please take into consideration the losses and don't let that overcome you. Don't let that eat you up. Just if you lose, close your laptop. Have a good day. Go to the gym. Do something. Try not to think about those losses. If anything, try to think about the wins, the winning trades that will be coming up in the near future. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the day after that, but understand that those wins will come. They will come back. They will pile up again. And like I said, you'll be profitable. That winning edge occurs. One last piece of advice I have for you guys today is if you hate losing, just despise it. Understand and remember the market and life in general, not just the market, just everything, so many other outcomes will teach you the hard way. So accept those losses. Be okay with it. They're going to happen regardless. Might as well face them through and go on with your day. So thank you guys for watching. I know it's not too long of a video and not too much substance, but I wanted you guys to know about the art of losing. I want you guys to understand that losses are going to happen, and that's okay. You should be okay with that. And I'm not even talking about the charts. I'm not even talking about day trading. I'm talking about so much more behind it. I want you guys to understand that. And I know I don't have like many viewers or anything like that. It's really just myself speaking to the camera, and if anything, subconsciously speaking to myself, kind of giving myself some advice. But to anyone watching this at all, understand that the wins will overcome. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, but they will overcome. So if you guys like this video, comment, subscribe, anything at all. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Depends. Next week, Thursday, maybe. But yeah, Monday, it's a non-trading day. It's MLK Day. So yeah, I'll be trading Tuesday and so forth. So thank you guys for watching. Peace.